As you expand your marketing efforts, tracking will be essential in measuring what is and what isn't working. Now, I'm not going to dive too deeply into analytics, but I want to give you a quick overview and leave you with one thing that you must absolutely be doing. Now, I'm already logged into Google Analytics, and if you aren't familiar, all of the data is organized into what are known as reports, and you'll navigate your reports here on the left-hand side. Each report lives under a category. In this case, I'm in the audience category, looking at the overview report. I can toggle out of audience, and we can see acquisition reports, and that's going to show us where all of our traffic is coming from. We also have behavior reports, which is going to tell us what's going on within our site. And finally, conversion reports, which let us know about the conversions that happen. That could be a sale or somebody filling out a lead gen form. Let's take a look at this acquisitions report. Google lets you filter through all of your data by metrics and dimensions. Dimensions describe characteristics of your user, say their traffic source, for example, organic search, social, or direct. This can also be their browser, their city, or even the landing page that they arrived on. Metrics are the quantitative measurements. This is going to be the number of users, sessions, their bounce rate, or even the revenue on a particular goal. Now, you can interact with all of your website data within Google Analytics, but the more that you start using Google Analytics and the more that you're doing marketing, you realize that the two need to connect. You need to bring in your tracking from your marketing efforts into Google Analytics. Google has the ability to add what's known as custom parameters on top of your URLs. We call this UTM tracking. Now, UTM isn't short for anything relevant to marketing. It simply stands for Urchin Tracking Module. And this goes back to Urchin Software Corporation, which was acquired by Google back in 2005 and was the first foundation for Google Analytics. Now, the goal of using tracking is that we can tag any marketing effort and immediately understand the value. Let's say you publish a tweet and you want to measure the result of it. Well, you could go into Google Analytics and look at traffic arriving from Twitter. In this case, I could click into this social report and then directly into Twitter. And while this is somewhat helpful, it's not very accurate. I can't be certain what on Twitter is driving this traffic. Was it a tweet that I made? Was it a tweet that someone else posted? There is no visibility into what is going on here. Now, you could perhaps bring in a secondary dimension of, say, a landing page, and you could identify that the page that you tweeted about is now driving traffic from Twitter. But that too can be fairly inaccurate. What you want to do is instead create a campaign for each marketing effort, and then you'll tell Google when a user arrives to make sure that they tag that user with the appropriate campaign data. So if I were to push a tweet out, I could add a campaign tag to the end of that URL called, say, Twitter promotion-615, meaning the date, or anything else descriptive for that matter. Now, the tracking is easy to add to any URL, and it will override any default tracking that Google has, such as the source and the medium. So the basic tracking tags that we can add to our URL are UTM_campaign, UTM_source, and UTM_medium. And the way this works is that each of these will be referencing a value that we provide. This lets us tell Google exactly what we want it to capture. And we're going to place these variables at the end of our URL. So let's say that we have the URL mysite.com. And now we want to track all of the clicks that arrived from an individual tweet. The first thing that we would need to do is add a question mark at the end of the URL. So we'd have mysite.com ? And this tells Google and the browser that our tracking is coming next. Without it, your URL won't take the visitor to the right place. After the question mark, we can add in the parameters, which is all of the tracking data. And that question mark really tells Google, hey, the tracking data is about to come. So the first thing that we would do is add UTM_source equals Twitter. And this is telling Google, hey, the source of this traffic is Twitter. Now, you could name the source whatever you wanted, but in this case, it's Twitter, so we'll leave it as such. But if you had your own source, say a certain blog, you could add that there. Next, we're going to add our medium. And in this case, the medium is social. So I would add the ampersand for UTM_medium equals social. Now, this URL should be all one long line, and I'm going to show you that at the end, but I just want to break it down for you so you can see the various steps. So now we have UTM underscore medium equals social. Finally, we need to apply our unique tracking campaign. And this is really going to help us identify which tweet or advertisement delivered that visitor. So we're going to add another ampersand, followed by UTM underscore campaign equals, and then whatever campaign name you want. In this case, I could put offer, and you could put offer hyphen or offer underscore, just don't use spaces. So the full URL that I have here is mysite.com, UTM underscore source equals Twitter, and UTM underscore medium equals social, and UTM underscore campaign equals offer. Now, if you need help putting your URL together, there is a tool for that. I'm going to go to google.com and simply do a search for campaign URL builder. I'll select the link here at the top, campaign URL builder, and here is a great resource that Google provides, and it allows you to build the URL. So we can put in www.mysite.com, source equals Twitter, medium equals social, and campaign name equals offer. You'll notice that there are other variables available to you. And here at the bottom, we can see exactly how that URL should appear. Now, once you're using campaign tracking on your URLs, you can view the campaign reports in Google. Let me show you how that's done. Here under the Acquisitions tab, I'll choose the Campaigns option and select All Campaigns. And here we can see all of the campaigns that we've added using our custom UTM tracking. You can select into a campaign, which will show you the source and medium that you used within that campaign tag. And this is helpful because now not only can we track all of that back to that campaign, but we can also look at the transaction data associated with that campaign so we can know if it drove any meaningful goal completions. I highly recommend that you use campaign tracking as a way to bring in even more granularity to your reporting.